Alright guys, it's time to talk about SEI. For the first time since this candle right here on June the 20th, you can see that basically at that time it had broken this little resistance here. And yeah, it's doing actually pretty well today. Now keep in mind, I am in Florida at the moment, so the day just really started. It started a few hours ago. I'm not in the Czech Republic though, like I usually am. And yeah, you can see that we did get kind of a rejection yesterday, which means a few hours ago, right at the 30.9 cent mark. You can see that. Now, today already, it's powered through that, and it's trying to leave this Fibonacci zone. So that's actually a really good thing. Now, let's see, that Fibonacci pretty much is at what, 32.6 cents. So if it closes today above that point, now keep in mind, there's still a lot of time, then yeah, it will be out of this lowest red Fibonacci level, and it will be moving towards the next resistance at 33.7 cents. Now taking a quick look at the volume profile, guys, you can see that 26.67 is basically the point of control. We are well above that right now. Once we get above this green line, like I said, at 33.7, the volume drops off a little bit. But then you got a couple of candlesticks that are a little bit bigger than this candlestick that is next up, basically we can say, and then the volume just drops off again. So I do think SEI will actually start to rocket pretty much once it gets above, let's say, 47 cents, because the volume in this like upper half, as we can call it, is just very little. Now the lower half, you can see there's a lot more volume. So yeah, basically once it clears about 47 cents, now it still has a ways to go. We're talking about, 15, 14 cents away. It still has a lot of work, to do, I would say. But it's possible. This can really, start to rocket up. Taking a quick look at the weekly Bollinger Bands, guys, you can see there is a little bit of a pinch here. This is actually about as narrow as it's ever been in its entire history. So that is why we're probably seeing a little bit of an upswing here, because it did pinch a little bit. Now let's take a look at the daily. The daily is actually quite wide, but it did kind of get a little bit pinched down here, although you can see it's kind of, I would say, snakish. But yeah, right here was a bit narrow, so you did get a little bit of a pop there. But this blue line is coming up, but this blue line also, it looks like it wants to move up as well. It's trying to avoid this bottom line. It's trying to avoid a pinch. So yeah, on the daily time frame, Bollinger Bands, not much going on, I would say. But the weekly time frame, it does look like we have gotten that little bit of a pinch, and it's starting to widen. Now on the monthly time frame for SEI, there's only the RSI that is printing right now, but it is pointed upwards here, so that's actually a good sign. Weekly time frame, getting a little bit overheated on the stochastic, unfortunately. RSI though is pointed to the upside. Now the stochastic can maybe go a little bit higher. I would say slightly. You can see the peak right here, but more than likely it is going to turn to the downside. Now daily time frame, it's not overheated yet on the RSI. It's basically just flirting with it. The stochastic is moving up pretty heavily, so probably will be overheated in the next day or two. Now, 4-hour time frame, overheated on the stochastic and the RSI, unfortunately. The 1-hour time frame, again, same deal as the 4-hour, and the 15-minute time frame, again, overheated. So, guys, it's easy to say that I do think that the RSI and stochastic indicate that this is probably going to cool off here. And if we get rid of this, let's take a look at this real quick. Now, I wouldn't expect really to push through 33.7 unless we do see a giant surge in Ethereum and Bitcoin. Maybe something like this, guys. But you can never just predict that. Like the other day, I did a bananas for scale, and everything indicated that bananas for scale was going to, cool down. So, yeah, I did a video on that, and yeah, I was wrong, but I had no idea Bitcoin was going to run like it did today. Now, looking at the MEXC, you can see very early in its life, basically it was, very, very high, up at what, 0.24. Now, this is not even at a neutral level at 0, but we are printing green candles here on the weekly time frame. I do think we're going to get a big green wave, but yeah, this doesn't really have much lifespan. You have a giant red wave, small couple of green waves, a smaller red wave here, and right now we have just a small green wave. But I do think this is going to go up much higher, and probably you're going to see a much bigger, green wave for sure. Looking at the daily MACD, you can see that we are starting to print that green candle as well. So that's a good sign, and basically it's a dark green candle. And yeah, if we go back in its history, you can see that it can go much higher. Basically it goes to 0.12, and this is about just a little bit under 0.02. So it can still run a long ways. The blue line actually just crossed this red line, so that's another good sign, guys. So on the MACD, looks pretty good in my opinion, although, like I said, it is in for a cool down, I do believe. Looking at the tokenomics of SEI, guys, you can see this is the number 68 coin, so it's pretty, high up there, guys. Now, there's a 10 billion total supply. The circulating supply is about, 55% we can say of that. I don't see anything about a max supply. If anybody knows, then let me know. Now, the all-time high was about $1.14, so we're only about 71% down. Now, I usually say if you're only about 70% down at this point, that's actually pretty good. I do think it will exceed its all-time high, just because of that simple fact. And also, guys, this is not much more than about a year old. I mean, you can see the all-time low here was about 9 cents about a year ago. A little bit more than a year, basically October 19th of 2023. So, that's the really new coin, we can say. And yeah, I do think it has a chance to go much higher. If I had to guess, honestly, with this type of supply, I'm going to guess maybe $2 to $3 would probably be where SEI would, finish at the end of the bull run. But if we do see a mega bull run, maybe $4 to $5. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim bonuses on some of my favorite crypto exchanges below. I work with 10 exchanges here, guys. Please take a look. If you use my links, of course, I get some commission, but that helps keep this channel going and helps keep me motivated. Now, you can also get BingX here. It's a free 7-day trial if you want to sign up there. And you can follow me on X here, guys. Now, a little bit earlier today, Trump did say the EU and Canada could receive new tariff rates today or tomorrow. Not sure why he said today, because I think it was about 8 o'clock when I heard this news, guys. So I do think he will announce it tomorrow. And we did see a little bit of a pullback after he did announce this. So you did get this little pullback to about 115, 222. But guys, we have actually closed the candle above 111.865. So now we need to kind of wait. See what plays out here. Maybe we get some consolidation right here. Who knows? We could continue much higher. There's nothing really holding us back, and there's very little volume up here. I mean, you just have this little bit of a wick, and I do think we're in for a lot of continuation in the coming weeks, guys. Now, when it comes to Ethereum, guys, Ethereum has actually closed above 29.25. So we had the best case scenario, in my opinion. If you go back to my Pudgy Penguins video, which I made earlier today, that's what I said. That would be excellent because we take out this local high and, we get through this resistance as well as this resistance. And we actually retested that already today, and we are getting that bounce. So basically, the next resistance is up here at about $30.71, so $3,071. Let's see. I do think we will make it probably in the coming days there. But, I can't guarantee how fast, and nobody can guarantee that. But, yeah, it is looking very, very, very good for Ethereum at the moment. Now, another good thing is the total market cap has actually pushed through 1.25 trillion. Again, we have come down and we have retested that. So we are getting a bounce. Next resistance is up at about 1.31 trillion. So let's see how long that takes to get there. Now, the CME futures actually does have a little bit of a gap here. but this is during a weekday, so actually there is no gap as you see it like this on a weekly time frame. Now the dominance has come down. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. This is the 7th day, so this is actually very, very good. I don't remember when we had 7 days in a row. We'd have to go way back probably, guys. I'm not going to do that now, but here I think it was 5 days, and that was months ago. That was February. So yeah, I'm not going to go back and look, but we need to get below 64.33%, and then we need to retest this trend line, guys. This trend line goes back like 3 years, so it's not going to be easy to break it. I know we broke it and kind of had a little mini altcoin season, you know, about what, almost a year ago now, it seems like, I think. Maybe 9 months, it could be. But anyways, I'm not going to look. But yeah, we do need to break 60.46% after that. And then that's when I'll say altcoin season has commenced. Now the USDT dominance is coming down as well. The last couple of candles have been quite, you know, red candles to the downside, so that's actually a good sign. There is support though at 4.31%. We are working on the 4th day in a row of red candles, so let's see what happens. Right now at 4.44%. Still a lot of time in the day, of course. Now the dollar index is coming up, so a stronger dollar means a weaker Bitcoin. But you know, a weaker Bitcoin, you know, it doesn't bother me because people sell their Bitcoin. They usually put their money into large caps, then mid caps, and then small and you know, mini caps and things like this. So yeah, in my opinion, I do think Bitcoin, it's primed to make it maybe to 120 to 150,000. I've always said that, guys. I've always maintained that. I never said anything higher. I don't think it's going to make it above 150, honestly. But if it does, hey, you know, great. I don't really care. But yeah, this is starting to go up, so it does mean that Bitcoin is going to be a little bit weaker if that dollar is stronger. Now, one crazy thing is the altcoin season index has gone only from a 24 to a 27. So a little bit surprised, you know, to see that it's not above 30 at this point. But hey, whatever. Well, I think we're going to see that very soon. But yeah, this is a little bit slow reacting, I would say. Now, liquidation heat map is 1.12 billion at the moment wrecked. 1 billion short. So be careful, guys, if you are shorting or longing, especially shorting right now. You just don't have any resistance above, you know, 116 basically. So this could go really, really fast up like it did today, guys. Went up a couple thousand, 3,000 or so really quickly that I saw. Fear and greed is a 71 today. Yesterday was also a 71, so nothing has really changed there. Bull market peak indicators still 0 from 30 have been hit, still 100% hold, so that is good. Pi cycle top indicator pretty much looks the same. Now, if we take a look at the economic calendar, guys, for tomorrow, basically there is nothing going on. It's pretty much a dead day economically. Now, the next FOMC meeting is in about 19 days, but the chances of a no cut have moved up just slightly here again. There's still about a 5% chance that we will get a cut. Trueflation showing 1.68%, so what are they really waiting for at the Feds? Now, crypto bubbles, not looking too bad. This is the monthly time frame, though. It's still a little bit red. I do think this is going to turn green soon, but on the daily time frame, looks excellent. Now, if you want to stake your SEI, go to Coinondo. There's actually 20 deals that are found, guys. Keep in mind, this is not updated all the time. Do your homework. Don't just blindly send coins around. So, yeah, I warn everybody every video. And anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, guys. And like I said, check out some of those exchanges below in the description. And guys, I really appreciate your support, and I will see you guys in the next one.